Hi, I'm here to answer another frequently asked question, which is, can my relationship survive my children? And it's actually a really good question because although kids are one of the most amazing things that you can ever experience, they're also really difficult for a relationship because, if something affects me, I can deal with it. But when it affects my kids, it's a whole different story. If somebody were to treat me wrong, I can kind of deal with that. But if they treat my kids wrong, that's like a whole nother story, like I said. So when it's your spouse and you're having difficulty in agreement over how much screen time your kids should get, how much sugar your kids should get, what time they should eat dinner, when they should do their homework, this provides more conflict for couples than you could imagine. And so the first step really is for you guys to get connected, because the more connected you guys are, the more willing you are to stay united in front of your kids. And then have these conversations when the kids are asleep in a civil way, so you're not waking up the kids. So the first thing is to really make sure you guys are having your own couple time. And I know this can be quite difficult, especially when you have younger kids, perhaps even kids that aren't in school. So you have to be really creative. Can a family member watch your kids? Can a neighbor watch your child for an hour, even for you to have a little bit of time? If the answer is no, you might even be more creative. You have to have time after they go to sleep. And I know there's a lot of stuff to do around the house, but you have to ask yourself, would I rather have a clean house and be single or unhappy? Or would I rather have dishes in the sink and have a really happy relationship? So I'm not saying that you have to do this every day, but if you spend at least 2 days a week spending an hour together, not just watching TV, but talking, hanging out, playing cards, something where you're actually interacting, you'll notice a huge difference in your relationship. And so you can check on my website for the 30-day challenge. That might give you some ideas on how to have a connection. When me and my spouse had younger kids, my kids now are 8 and 11, we used to go to the gym and put them in the childcare at the gym. And sometimes we would just walk on a treadmill next to each other for 45 minutes to have some time to talk. But you just have to be creative, because the longer you have a disconnect, the more chances you are that you're going to get divorced, because you eventually end up just living with a roommate that you disagree with on a lot of areas with your kids. So first thing, be connected. Second is find time when the kids aren't there to talk about disagreements. So even if, say, your child asked to watch a TV show and they've just watched 2 and you think, no, they shouldn't watch it, and your spouse says, yeah, go ahead, don't in that moment talk to your spouse. Talk to them that night and say, hey, moving forward, what do you think about this? Because you want your kids to see that you have a united front, and also that they can't be responsible for splitting you guys, because if they know that they can split you, they have so much power. You don't need your kids to have power over your relationship. So I hope those little tips help. If you need more help, feel free to give me a call, or look on other blogs on my website, because I do give other bits of information there. All right, I hope you have a good day.